it works so good, why it's so important, why people look at flow from Ray. I get comment on my flow, my students get comment, wow, that flow looks so good. I'm not doing a pattern. This is what I'm doing in my head all the time. Actually, it's all real to me, to be honest. Because at any time this is there, even though no one's dying, there's consequences immediately. And this whole thing isn't about compliance. It's not about checking boxes. It's not about learning the ultimate technique. It's about applying yourself over time to a process. It's about going on a journey with your moves. It is about what I always called technique intimacy. Technique intimacy is, if you see, here's my spiel for the day. This is my concept of how I drove my art for 30 years, why I can make everything work the way I can. You don't want to know 1,000 techniques. You hear this stuff, but you don't really get the behind the scenes. You want to know one technique 1,000 ways, and people say that sounds cool. And what does it mean? You know, talk to me. What does it mean, right? Here's what it means. If you ever go to the beach and you see an old person and they're standing next to the love of their life and they pick up a shell and they're looking at the shell, those two are sharing a moment in time together. And nothing exists there except that shell. And there's this feeling of a life lived together that led to this moment to where these two people can just have this moment where they're in their own world, experiencing this very special thing. That's how I look at my techniques. When somebody looks at my floretes and says, man, your floretes are really good, what they're looking at is my relationship to that idea, that I've spent a long time and invested a lot of energy and time into that relationship. And it's showing in the fact that I can move and I can apply no matter what, because I've already been there before. Oh, yeah, no, I fought like 50 guys that did this thing. Okay, this always works. That's a relationship with a art that's not doing a move. That's why this drill set is important, because it allows you to have an experience. It's not about getting it right. It's about having the experience of failure. You don't learn how to move until you start getting punished. And I was one of those people that just got knocked out until I couldn't. And it doesn't mean that I'm good. It means that there's just a whole nother thing out there that can knock me out, and I got to go deal with that. So with this, now we're going to look at the ideas. I'm picking a shorter stick on purpose so that I move my feet a little bit more. Now we're going to use this drill, and what Jason's going to do is he's going to set up a basic entry. I'm going to go puño, then I'm going to go stick so that he can read the lines. Okay, when he gets his basic entry, I want him to take the weapon out of play, and that could be considered. I don't change my timing. So see how I'm right now being a little less compliant. I could throw something else, but now just go ahead and take the weapon out of play. There it is. Okay, now it's a disarm. When he lets it go, we can keep going. That's why catch and release matters. It's for people who can already do all these skills. Now take it out of play and take the weapon. Boom! Knockout, right? Disarms don't solve your problem. Person unconscious solves the problem. So in play versus out of play is the spirit of how FCS looks at weaponry. That's why he feeds the bait. There it is. Now the weapon comes out if it needs to. Okay? If he waits and he focuses on this, I'm going to knock his ass out. I've been fighting for a long time. He does not want to get hit with my boxing. It's like, but if he can keep me moving, like, oh, I'm not thinking about what I am. I'm trying not to get my ass beat. Cool. And then knockout solves all problems. So from right here, we'll go back and forth. So we're going to explore. I want you to play with it, but I also want you to insert stimulation and basic spot block. Punches come in. Boom. So you can see where immediately, I'm not even moving my feet because I'm giving him this. If I want the stress to come up, I don't swing harder. I just swing my lines tighter. See, I'm still covering. Woo. Basic guard position. This is all level one. Labtik. 1 for 1. Guards. There you go. Break back out. There it is. Good. All level one. X's. X's. Tap, tap. There it is. Lead bait, level 1, and escape. One more time. Now I'm going to throw in some of these ideas. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Boom, boom. Now he gets a snake disarm next time. Take a disarm. Get your feet. Get your feet. There it is. There it is. Good. Cool. And so this is the game we play. Okay. That is an honest game. Because if you mess up, there's a saying we use a lot. If you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. I can do this without the gear. If I'm trying to do a level 1 idea, I can use a modifier to make him safe, or I can aim somewhere. Do not use padded sticks. People do not respect the padded sticks and they act differently. That's why some people spar with aluminum trainers, because that shit hurts and you move right because you respect the weapon. If you don't respect the weapon, you're going to walk into all kinds of bullshit. So from right here, he reads the puño, he reads the stick. He reads the puño, he reads the stick. Okay, good. He reads the puño, he reads the stick. If I want to apply the puño, I can now tap and touch. Now this is disarm per methodology. Get out. And we're here. Good. So now he's going to swing at me. Okay. He's going to be honest. And instead of hitting me in the face, he's going to hit me in the shoulder. Why the shoulder? Because if somebody can hit your shoulder, if they aim 1 inch up, they can hit you right in this corner. That's where you're aiming, right? The shoulder is just a confirmation of, hey, I could have blasted your ass. And your shoulders are strong. They can take a hit. So he hits, boom, pull through. There we go. We get the pull through because under stress, people swing big and they swing hard. Everything in between is a setup for this, but until this is what kills you, this is what you want to work. Okay, good. From there, if I'm trying to find an idea, basic block, boom, basic puño, basic strike. And I'm out. Whoop. Basic block, basic puño. All right, did it hurt? No. So I've got this on there, right? Whoop. There's my basic, there's my shot. What did I use to enter? Basic guard. One of the 3 stances. Now I'll use a pentagon. Whoop. There's my pentagon. It stops. Okay. From there, I can punish, but I have to get out because that's what happens. Right. So from there, I can also use my largo entry. Whoop. From here, there's my triangle. Okay. So that allows me to thrust off line, and then I can enter into pentagon, and then I can enter into guard and scale back. But once I step out, pull through, shoot. There it is. I have to get out of the way. It's allowing me to get these techniques. See, he's still pushing. I'm locking his elbow out. Oh, got cut. Okay, so as we're here, boom, there's my entry points. There's my entry points. I use my body mechanics. There's the check. There's the check. Boom, basic entry points. 1, 2, 3, angles, or whoo, angles, right? From the up top camera, and then we'll call it. Same idea. When my feet are straight, I get punished because I deserve it. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. If I block this way, my elbow gets busted. If I block classical, my elbow gets busted. If I block on an angle, it doesn't because I am the angle. Now an entry point can happen, but I got to cover. If I get an entry and I don't think about it, I just got hit. If I get an entry, number 1, now I just got hit again. Now I got hit again. That's what's going to happen. So when you get your basics, there's my check, my hit, my strikes. Part of these break in, break outs is so that you can get the basic, boop, puño to the head, number 12. Okay, I can go number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10, number 11, boom, number 12, boom, and back out using the footwork. Okay, basic Labtik drill. So when I want to train a fighter, when I want to train a level 1, they have to be able to do everything from there. It's a playground. It is not a drill. We call it a drill. It's like it's an environment for you to play. When I want to start to work for sparring, you can see how immediately, if even the move for the day was puño to the face, you know, like if somebody starts tightening their lines and moving a little more erratically, the way that I get in doesn't change. And I got my puño to the face. but I also got to get out, boom, my feet are on an angle, I'm here, but if I don't think about my cover, level 1 critical fail, loss of center line control. Boom, dead. That's why it's a critical fail. Level 1 critical fail, no footwork. Center line control, no footwork. Why? Because that same motion with footwork would have created an angle that I could have stepped out of. I still got my shot. If you die, you fail. Level 1 test, critical fail number 3, lack of body mechanics. And he bowls me over. Why is it a fail? Because it's obvious. Because I put it in a situation where as soon as somebody swings for real, you're dead. You don't have those 3 things. You're lucky if you're winning, or you're dead. So, but understand that if we were to look at level 2 now, and I want to throw an umbrella, that now with a higher level of motor skills, my feet will stop moving again, and all this cool stuff that I can do, I'm dead. So you have to manage how to hold on to those basic ideas. This is more valuable, basics, than doing something like this and getting smashed. That's why it springs from those same ideas. Wow, all of a sudden the single pteros works. Yeah, because it's attached to basics that are proven in combat and proven under stress. This kind of ideas just allows you to let someone have the experience of living in that world long enough where they can get the skills to learn how to crawl, walk, and then you teach them how to fly. And when they can fly with the basics, they can fly in anything, so long as they can keep the base, because everything's connected.
Then too, there was a point I brought up yesterday where you said you should be hurt, not injured.
Correct. Hurt versus injured. What's the difference? Jason swings a stick and I get an owie. Didn't feel good. I'm hurt. If Jason swings a stick and my humerus breaks, or now I have a concussion, I'm injured. In my old school, when we were fighting all the time, people had to sign off on that idea on level 1. We literally put a signature. Explain it to me. Why? Because you have to expect that every class you should be hurt. Every single class, you should go home feeling something. Every single class, you messed up and you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. If you didn't have a mistake, you're not pushing yourself. You always train to failure. In the gym, you always train to right where you feel it go wonky. Guess what your reward for being stronger is? More weight. This is the same. You take it to where it's getting wonky and you're like, bro, it's failing. That's where you know your limit is and what you can hold on to in reality. And you get more of next time. Correct. So we have to manage the illusion of being something and doing a thing. That's why a rank doesn't really matter. What matters is your ability to command these ideas through experience, through technique intimacy, because you have so much experience. And just because you go into something that's different, I'm going to use Wing Chun. Straight blast. Pak Da, right? Now I got to get out. I'm going to use a Wing Chun idea to do it. Okay? But what I did is I ran at the geometry of Wing Chun through functional lines. And it changed the geometry. That's why my Sifus used to get mad, but I was fighting boxers successfully because I was a boxer and I was a Wing Chun guy. Like, you have to run it down the tracks that work in an environment that tests your ability to hold on to it under stress. And if you're got good technique intimacy, just like that couple on the sand, the relationship will weather anything. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter what the world brings forward. You've got that experience to lean into. So give your students the experience by letting them fail. Let them have this. And if they want to spar, there's just 2 feeders. It's like, he swings and I swing and we're trying to both get the thing. He can enter. If he can't, he can't. And I'm not going to accept some shit that's not realistic. Oh, he's getting me. Shit. But I'm the senior guy. You're not supposed to stab me. It's like, that's good. I want my students to hurt me. I think about it for a week and then I fix it. And then we